Hey everybody, Jeff Yalden here. Full transparency, I want to be straight out and honest. And one of the hard things about being open and honest like this is it's easy for people to use this against me in the work that I do, who I am. And, it's okay though. I'm comfortable enough as a man and a speaker, a significant trusted adult with young people and the work that I do in the mental health world to, take the good with the bad. I love what I do. I feel honored and grateful. And I believe that one of the reasons why I am successful is because I'm not only sharing textbook and research, but I'm also sharing it from a place of I live with mental illness. So living with mental illness, accepting it, acknowledging that it does affect me, that my self-care is very important, that I'm not a victim. It's not my fault, but it is my responsibility. So, I guess disclaimer, go ahead and judge me. It's sad. But I want to share this message with you. Very few people have the courage to do so. And I ain't never met someone that thinks I'm any less of a man or I'm weaker as a man because I take medication. I'm in therapy and I live with mental illness. So in short, I've wanted to do this for a couple of days, but I just kind of haven't been in the right place. About a month ago, I went to my doctor and I said to her, I said, I take lexapro. I take Vyvanse and I take lexapro. The lexapro I feel like it brings me down a little bit. And sometimes I just have trouble getting off the couch. I have trouble waking up. I have trouble moving. So the Vyvanse kind of picks me up a little bit. And the Vyvanse with the bipolar, it kind of makes me more focused on my responsibilities and obligations, my to-do list, my tasks. So I found a really good balance. It works well. Combined with therapy, it's outstanding. However, when I was talking to the doctor last week, I said, I'm wondering if the Lexapro makes me feel a little bit like down. And so my doctor suggested, do you want to try wellbutrin? It's like a different medication within the same family, different side effects, does different things. And I said, I'm really concerned about it because I'm in a good place, but well, you know what? Hey, oh sure, let's try. And there was a couple reasons why I wanted to try. One, I want to be more compassionate, empathetic to people that aren't on medication or go through a medication change. And also I wanted to be reminded of I'm doing well because I'm on medication. So I was interested in trying that. If it didn't go well, I knew what to do. I was also interested in trying it because I wanted to know maybe the wellbutrin would do better than the Lexapro and I wouldn't have this like fatigue a little bit. So I said to the doctor, I'm going to journal it. I came off the Lexapro like over the course of a week. And as I was coming off of it, I started to add the wellbutrin. And we decided that I was going to give it a month. Well, here I am. I had a counseling appointment yesterday, and even my therapist said, Jeff, we don't really need a month. We have enough information. I have not been well. I've been professional. I've been well in front of my audiences. I knew enough to be present, to be engaged, to focus more on my self-care. None of my professional work has been hindered as a result of my mental illness not doing well. I want to throw that out there in case anybody chooses to use that against me. I decided to go right back to Lexapro. And I want to make sure you understand this. I didn't just stop and change medications. I'm very responsible. I know my medications. I'm very honest with my doctors. I don't want to do anything where they're not in on it. So when I knew the wellbutrin wasn't going well, I was angry. My anxiety, my heart was just beating, and my I was not doing well. Edgy. I'm all over the place. I can't find myself in a room, and I just want to be alone in the wood shop. But I've been very honest with my wife about what's going on and people that are close to me. And so I called the doctor on Wednesday of last week, and they're like, "Oh, well, we can get you in about a month." Uh, I don't think so. And when I first did this a month ago with the doctor, I said, if I don't like it, I'm going to get in touch with you right away. And she said, please do. Give me a call right away, and we'll do what we got to do. So last Wednesday, I call, and I don't get a response. So 2 days later, I call. I finally got hold of them yesterday. And the nurse confirmed what I already knew, but I didn't want to do it without them being aware, and also, I'd say, their blessing. What I decided to do yesterday, stop Wellbutrin, go right back to Lexapro. And they confirmed that, but I didn't want to make that decision on my own. Although I know mental illness, I know mental health, I know medications, I'm still not the scientific guy, the doctor. I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing, and although I thought I knew, I still wanted to be responsible. To make a long story short, my friends, here's the thing. While I wasn't doing well the past couple weeks, I'm very thankful that I'm aware. I knew why. I knew what I needed to do, and I knew that I needed to do it. That is really important because it reminded me of the people that do not want to take medication. It reminded me of the people that don't believe in therapy. It reminded me of the people that are completely in denial that they're part of the problem, that they don't have mental illness, that I don't know how people that live with this anxiety, this stress, this bipolar, post-traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenia, whatever it might be, eating disorders, overwhelmed. I don't know how people live like this without advocating for yourself to live a more healthy life. Today, I made the decision to go right back to Lexapro. I know it'll take me about 4 days to start feeling a little bit better, but probably 2 or 3 weeks to really take more effect and get the Wellbutrin out, the Lexapro back. And I'm pretty happy about that. I think that's why I was in a good state to share this message with you. In closing, my friends, moms, dads, teachers, men, women, teenagers, anybody, law enforcement, military, veterans, doctors, nurses, teachers, administrators, mental health professionals. I am sharing this information because when you do the work, you can live a very healthy and normal life. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not be okay and not do something about it. And if you're not doing something about it and you're not doing well, it's very easy to not think clearly. And if you're not thinking clearly, you're not making healthy decisions. You start coping in an unhealthy way, self-harm, self-medicating. I don't know what it is, but that's not the way you want to deal with your emotions. I'm so honored and thankful that I have supporters. I'm honored and thankful that I get to do the work that I do. I think I'm just more grateful that I'm okay not being okay, and that I'm not afraid to ask for help. And that mental health and mental illness is something that is very deep in my heart. So I hope this message is able to get out to the people that might need it. I deal with a lot of men that ask me, Jeff, how'd you do it? And they're starting to recognize, because if you don't take care of it, it manifests itself and it comes out in some ways later. Man, I just did it. I just asked for help. I started with my doctor, and from there I found out about therapy, and you find the right therapist that works for you. And I think therapy is kind of like, it's a combination of counseling and getting tools and building your toolbox and a life coach. You get out of it what you put into it. You got to be honest. You got to be, you got to take the wall down. You got to lose your ego. This is a therapist that's qualified and trained to make it all about you. I love my therapist. Man. So as I'm getting ready to wrap this up, my heart is just beating, and I feel really good that I shared this. And if you know somebody that needs to watch this because you know that they need to do something, but they're not willing to do something, or they think it makes them less of a person or weak, or they're ashamed, the stigma, share this video. Care more about your well-being than what you think people might think of you. You got to be in a good place with your self-esteem. I don't need to be validated. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm able to be honest and transparent. I can share this. I've also made mental health something that I'm deeply passionate about. You might be passionate about baseball cards or computers. I don't know. I'm trying to share with you a message deep in my heart that if somebody needs help and they might be in denial, that somehow you or I can help you, help them do the right thing. At no point over the past few weeks have I been suicidal. Again, I'm aware, and I've got the wherewithal to understand why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling and what I need to do. And I'm not afraid to go ask for help. I'm not afraid to talk. I'm not afraid to take a time out and just go for a walk. And I think I've said enough. I love you. My friends, take care, and thank you so much for your support.
I'm Jeff Yalden. You blame it on the mirror. Don't blame it on the mirror. Boom!